Hey everybody, today we're still at Fall Creek Falls Campground. We're going to be going to the loop with the Turkey Pen Ridge Trail. The loop trail is about 2.5 miles. We're hoping to add maybe a half mile or more in order to make it a little bit longer. The trailhead for this leg is across from the pool. So if you're going down to where everything is, the main parking, you have to park like you're going to the pool. But I think this is going to be about a half mile down, and then we'll start the circle around to see the waterfalls. Let's go. So we're in the first still quarter mile of this trail. It's marked with yellow blazes. Path's about 6 feet wide. It's a nature walk at this point. I think we're slowly descending. I don't know when we get there. So we just came up on a deer. Deer are everywhere around here. So we're that close. There's a lot of them. Hi, Bambi. Actually, you're an adult, but still. Here we are at the split that I saw on the map. So we're gonna go left to the Fall Creek Falls direction. So here we've been going downhill a little bit, pretty hike. And we are on the spur from the loop, as I call it, that goes over to Fall Creek Falls. So this goes to the visitor center, and then there's not visitor center, overlook. And then you can take a half mile strenuous hike down to the bottom of the falls. Certainly don't want to pass on that. And here's Fall Creek with the droughts that we've had for the past month. Not a whole lot of water in it. But I'm 99% sure this is Fall Creek. So this is all that's feeding the waterfall at this point in the summer. So the waterfall is a little more disappointing than normal, but it's still amazing considering it's the highest or second highest waterfall east of the Rockies. So after crossing over the creek, this is your first kind of overlook. So as you come up the trail from the creek itself, here's the visitor center. And when I said that there's not a lot of water running due to the drought conditions, that's it. So depending on the time of year you come, you can see more than the other. The second creek to the right, it's hardly even coming over the edge. It's just the way it is. There's the other side. So after the visitor center, or overlook, you've got a pretty steep descent, it seems. I've done a good job of trying to keep the erosion at bay. There's boxes made of 6x6 making stairs every so often, but then down here it's just rocky. If you're one who's done much hiking, this isn't abnormal if you're from the East Tennessee or mountainy areas of the country, but it is not for everybody because some people won't be able to handle all the steps. I like hiking with a hiking pole as well, just for balance purposes, as well as when you go back up to give you another option to be able to climb so many stairs essentially. But yeah, this isn't one you want to take somebody on that has knee or ankle, foot problems, or possibly just not conditioned enough to do it. Well, everybody we've passed so far is moving slow and out of air. Not the first time we've had one of these, but when going down, it's technical and you're sweating. Coming up is going to need a bottle of oxygen, probably, at least for those of us been around for a number of decades. You get the idea. All right, so at the end of my last video, you heard me kind of start to slip and hit the stop button by accident, but it's certainly very good possibility you will slip, especially if you're shooting video. But we're on this cave bluff right here, going down into the canyon. It's really pretty. There's the kiddos. You have this nice opening through the trees, and right there's the famous falls. Drought conditions, that's about the most water we're going to get. So we're going down. You see the, you can't see it, but there is a pool down there. Once we got the sun, you'll be able to see it probably. Very technical. There's where you see the base of the falls. It's almost like a swimming hole down here. All right, folks, we're back. We just took a little break here. Enjoy the base of the falls, having a snack, getting some protein in us. The light's gonna throw it off, but I'll pan up. It's a nice mist. It's just an amazing place to sit, cool off, and take it in. Little swimming hole here. Number of different families. Here's where the trail comes in, so you can see different hikers coming in right now. Almost feels like we're in a rainforest somewhere. It's just so lush and moist. Hey everybody, so we just came back up, strenuous hike, definitely sweaty. You can easily make it without stopping, but if you're not conditioned for it, you definitely will be taking breaks. It's exhausting. Okay, we've got a wow factor here. So across the way is the Nature Center. And what you're seeing there is Cane Creek Falls. From that stairway, I'll zoom in here. That stairway and that overlook, you don't really see that much of all this. It's a beautiful place down there. This is fantastic. And I had been told that Cane Creek is a lot of people's favorite waterfall compared to Fall Creek Falls. I'll see why. Cane Creek is a bigger creek, so even in drought condition it has more water running. So this is the bridge where you go over Cane Creek Falls. Just a swinging bridge. It's really not that bouncy. Well, I take that back. It can be. You see down below, it's beautiful. I've walked around the rocks on the bottom. You can see folks out there sunbathing. And earlier where we were at the overlook, this goes around this bend. Where's my finger? Goes around this bend and then it drops down. That's where that overlook was we just came from. It's just that the water's down a little bit more, but it is fun to explore down there. Now we had to go down an offshoot of the main circle, but oh, and the other side is the Nature Center. Little to be desired there. There's a few stuffed animals in there as far as stuffed taxidermy of local wild animals. And also there is a video showing in a projection room. Okay, so we just concluded what I call the loop here, the waterfalls. Originally, I was thinking maybe it went down into the gorge. That's gonna have to be another trail for another adventure. This one was more up on the plateau. You can make it what you will. If you stay on the loop itself, for the most part, there's not a lot of elevation change. The paths are pretty wide, probably 6 to 8 feet wide for the most part. If you really want a strenuous hike, you definitely want to go to the bottom of the Fall Creek Falls area. Obviously you saw the clips from there. That makes it a tough hike. There is the overlook. You have to go down some to that over the Cane Creek Falls. The other thing, we walked down to the cable bridge. So we extended that 2.5 mile loop. I haven't checked the final numbers yet, but we were able to make what we wanted out of it. Really liked it. Definitely worth doing. There's a lot more people on the trail than I would have thought. So this is the main hiking trail of the area. So with that being said, definitely something you'd want to do. Thanks for watching. And as always, keep your feet on the ground and your eye on the trail.